Hey everybody, past paper for Cambridge IGCSE English as second language. We are doing paper 1 and this is latest past paper available from 2025 February March exam. So we have already done first 3 exercises. Let's now do exercise 4. Exercise 4 in your reading paper is of 6 marks and it's always MCQs. So let's read the article about an artist who creates artwork on the ground using colored sand and then answer the questions. Let's first have a look at the questions. What does Lisa say is important about doing her artwork in public? In public. Important. Artwork in public. Important. These are the key words. What point does Lisa make about the weather? What point he makes about the weather? Point about the weather. We have to find out in the text. In paragraph 3, the writer suggests that Lisa. What the writer suggests in paragraph 3, we will trace it out. What advice does Lisa give to people who would like to try sand art in public? Sand art in public. Advice about that. What is the writer doing in paragraph 5? Okay, we will find it out the writer's opinion and attitudes in paragraph 5. The writer has written the article too. So we in this MCQ is based on the purpose of this writing, why this article has been written by the writer. Let's now read this article and find out the answers. Okay, if you, the sand artist, if you take a walk in a popular London tourist area, you will see street entertainers such as musicians or magicians. You might also see something different. The work of sand artist Lisa Curtis. Lisa uses colored sand to create detailed patterns on the ground. If people like her work, they can show their appreciation by leaving money in the small box she has nearby. There are of course some people who appear too busy with their mobile phones to show an interest in her art. She feels, however, that she gives people who would not necessarily consider a trip to an art gallery the chance to experience art for themselves, something which she thinks is very positive. Now, there is an MCQs where this information can distract you. People who are using their mobile phone to show an interest in her art who appear too busy with their mobile phones, and there is a point that who would not necessarily consider a trip to an art gallery, who deliberately or intentionally not specifically go to see an art gallery to appreciate the artwork and see she attracts them in this way. But before this, there is also the mentioning that they are busy with the mobile phones. This can be the distraction for you. Let's see how. Here is now, yes. What does Lisa say is important about doing her artwork in public? She gets people to stop focusing on only their phones. So this can be a distraction for you. Some students may choose this one, but this is not correct. They have not said that. They have talked about that people are busy at their phones, but the text doesn't say that she brings their catches their focus and she makes them to stop focusing on their phones. She brings art to people who might not go to see it. She gets ideas for new pictures from people she talks to. Artwork in public brings art to people who might not go to see it. Here is the line that suggests that who appear too busy, no, who would not necessarily consider a trip to an art gallery the chance to experience art for themselves. So it can be very tricky in paper one. You don't have just to do word spotting, but try to find out the ideas being expressed in the text. Okay, most passers-by do stop and ask where the inspiration for her highly detailed designs comes from. Working outside comes with certain challenges. Her creations cannot be fixed to the ground, as the sand needs to be swept up at the end of each day. But she can prevent her artwork from being blown away by choosing a place out of the wind. Normally, at lunch times, she can rely on a flow of office workers or tourists to see her work, as they enjoyed the chance to be outside. In extremely hot weather, however, they prefer the air-conditioned atmosphere found in the cafes to being outside. You might also imagine that rain would be the most difficult problem to manage. But as Lisa points out, it is quite easy to check when rain is expected, so she can alter her plans. So there can be a distraction about this rain as well. Let's see, there was a question. Yes. What point does Lisa make about weather? So there is, it's difficult to prevent her artwork from wet conditions or from rain. Changes in the wind direction prevent her. No, because the text says that she manages these two things. She goes at a place where there is not too much wind, and she also can know when it's going to rain. Okay, so these are not, those points are not correct. Lisa explains that she spends most of summer designing and creating her patterns, but her artwork is different to the usual things people see. She finds that the box she leaves out for donations from people who admire her work fills up quickly on a good day, and sometimes people come to find her because she's an artist they have heard about. With the money from the box and the art classes she runs during the winter, she makes enough to rent her small flat in London. Teaching full time would allow her to afford something bigger, but she would miss making her art outside. The classes she teaches are for people who want to learn traditional painting methods. Although she's thinking about running some classes teaching other people her techniques with sand. Lisa offers suggestions to anyone thinking about trying sand art in public. For example, while most people walking by say lovely things, there are always those who like to criticize, she says. So learning not to be upset is important. This is the advice she gives. There was another question based on this. In paragraph 3, writers suggest that no. It was, yes, this one, question number 13. What advice does Lisa give to people who would like to try sand art in public? Be prepared to deal with negative comments. So you need to learn not to be upset or feel hurt when somebody criticizes. She has also discovered that if you try and create your sand art too close to a path, the sand will be disturbed by the movement of the crowds. Somewhere quieter is better and will allow you to work on fine decoration. She adds, Lisa's work is based on very precise, beautiful Indian patterns. While making pictures that reflect familiar scenes seems like a good idea, she believes that the colorful sand is perfect for her highly detailed patterns. Lisa has an exciting month ahead, with an exhibition of her work coming up. It took a while to find the best way of displaying her work. Obviously, the items she has created especially for the exhibition cannot hang on the wall, so she has asked the organizers to cover her work with thin plastic sheets. These give a clear view of the art while at the same time prevent people touching it. The hall where the exhibition takes place should be big enough for the people Lisa is hoping will come to view her work in comfort. Let's now solve rest of the questions. In paragraph 3, writer suggests that consider her artwork more important than money. Yes. You know, they had talked about that she can teach classes and earn more money, but she will not have a chance to make this sandwork artwork in public. Okay. And question number 13, what advice we have already be prepared to deal with negative comments. What is the writer doing in paragraph 5? Yes, the writer. Now, this is you have to infer. You have to think about deeper. So, writer is actually giving the reason for a request Lisa made. That because Lisa made this request, let me show here. Like because he needs that his artwork cannot hang on the wall, she has asked the organizers to cover her work with thin plastic sheets. What the reason writer has gave? So yes, clear view of the art and all. So this was the request that she had made, and this is what the writer actually is trying to give us reason for. What is the writer doing in paragraph 5? Giving the reason for a request that Lisa made. Question number 15. The writer has written the article to what is the purpose? To give a profile of an unusual artist, review the work of a local artist, describe the process of creating sand art. You can see that in this article we did not find the whole process, not the method how to make artwork in sand in public place, but actually this was about giving the profile or introduction of this great artist. Okay, so here our exercise 4 ends. See you again in my next video with the writing section of the paper. Okay, goodbye, take care.